Welcome to another episode of Casting Across Texas. Today I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about a while, and that's how I have my kayak and my camera equipment set up for filming for my YouTube channel. Y'all stay tuned, it should be really interesting. Now, before I get started, I do want to thank you all for tuning in. If this is your first time, especially, thanks for tuning in. Be sure, if you have some time, check out some of my other actual fishing videos, and be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Now, what got me thinking about this is I'm part of another Facebook group that's actually an offshoot of the Kayak Fishing Dads group that I had mentioned in a couple of videos back. And the name of this group is Outdoor Content Creators. Now, as the name implies, what the group is focused on is helping those that have YouTube channels, maybe folks that are actually looking to get started, get ideas, pointers, tips, things like that on getting their YouTube channels going and having them be successful. Now, for me personally, I've been doing my YouTube channel now, I want to say a little bit less than a year and a half, or a little bit, about a little bit under a year and a half ago is when I started. For me, I tend to like to be creative and kind of have a cinematic approach and a storytelling approach to the way I do my shots or my videos. And with that in mind, what happens is I do have 2 cameras. I started out with one and did pretty good with that one. And if you watch, a few of my first few videos, you'll see I only have 1 camera, and I feel like I did pretty good with that one, but it just kind of limited me in some of the shots that I could do. So I went ahead and got a second camera, and what that allowed me to do is have 1 camera behind me and then 1 camera in front of me. And what I'm able to do is integrate, those 2 cameras into a single shot, showing kind of the action from both points of view. So that's my personal, how I have mine set up. And that's what I want to talk about today. Now, what I want to do first is I'm going to talk a little bit about the equipment. And what I'm showing you here is just kind of what I'll call a beauty shot of my kayak. And I'll kind of point out, circle here in this shot or picture where the cameras and the batteries and such are located. So my front camera is up here to my right hand side. I have it angled. It's actually down and kind of angled, pointed up at me. So that's where I get my front shots. And then I have the battery plugged in to the front. And I'm going to show you that in more detail here. And then my rear camera is out to the side and gets a wider shot of me from behind. Now, the specific equipment I use, I'll go ahead and talk about the cameras themselves. What I use is the GoPro 8s. I actually got these about a year ago, and when I got them, they were on sale. I got them at Best Buy, and so that was a really good deal at the time. I believe now we're up to, I don't know, is it Hero 12 or something like that? But honestly, for me, the GoPro 8s are doing everything that I want them to do. Now, I typically film in 1080p, but the GoPro 8s do have the capability to film in 4K. And I'm starting to think that what I want to do, probably moving forward, is go ahead and start doing some of my videos in 4K. The reason for that specifically is because 4K video, what that allows you to do is when you're doing some of those zoom in shots or slow-mo shots, things like that, it actually comes out a lot clearer. And if you've watched any of my videos, you will see I do like to do that occasionally. I'll do some zoom ins, or I'll do some slow-mo shots where they seem appropriate. So anyway, moving to 4K, I think that's going to allow me to be a little more creative. The video cards I use are actually 256 gigs, and I know for a fact, I had recently looked it up, I should be able to film at least 8 hours or so straight using the 256 gig cards. One thing important to note, and this was an issue for me several years ago when I first started trying to film myself, is that the GoPro batteries are really short-lived. And so I would try to start and stop the action or the filming as the action happened. And obviously that wasn't always a great way to do things. And I know that's something that people face a lot is how do I get, how do I get my camera to start exactly when I need it? The great thing for me is that I have external power supplies that I plug my camera into, and I'll show those here. These are Acre. I believe Acre is the brand. I'll double check and share the name of the brand here. But I have these plugged directly into my GoPro, and what that means is I don't even have to have my GoPro batteries. These power supplies, external power supplies, actually will power my camera all day. Uh, I've been out on the water 8 hours, up to 9 hours, without having to worry about losing power. And again, that's without even having the GoPro batteries. That's with the cameras plugged directly into these external power supplies. Another thing, talking about capturing all the video, capturing the right moments, the best moments, and not having to worry about is my camera recording or not. I wasn't aware before I had started getting serious about it, but with the GoPro, you can actually film continuously. And what the camera does automatically is it'll break up your scenes or your film into I want to say 15-minute sequences. Don't quote me on that. It may be 11 minutes. But the point is, it breaks them up in manageable sequences. And then when you're going back and editing the video, you're able to pull out those scenes, those shots that you want to keep just for the video. And again, doing it that way, it's continuous filming, and I don't have to worry about am I filming right now? Is the camera going? I just keep it going all day long. So that actually really helps a lot. So for the camera booms, I use the Railblazer camera mounts, and I got these off Amazon as well. And the way I have it mounted, the one that's behind me, the one that does the rear camera, I have it. They're about 3 foot long, so in my case they're a little bit too short to actually be directly behind me. So I have it in my gear tracks that are actually part of my Boondocks landing gear. And I have them pointed, have the rear camera kind of angled out to the side and then pointed forward. So what you'll see in my videos is it kind of captures it over the shoulder, but also does a pretty good job of capturing what's going on in front of my kayak as well. I get a really good shot of, in fact, a wide angle shot of most of what's happening in front of me. And the cool thing is that that's allowed me on some of my videos to get some great action shots, reeling in fish. And then the other camera I have is in the front on the right hand side, and I use the same mount for that one as well. That's the cool thing about these Railblazer mounts is they're really flexible, easy to move around in pretty much any position that you want. So I have it in front of me, kind of pointed, angled up, so it's able to capture the whole front view. And what I'll do is I'll integrate both cameras into a single shot. Now I know a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll do a whole shot, show the rear view, and then go ahead and repeat the same shot from the front. For me, again, this is just my personal preference. I think I like the way it looks is when you're able to integrate the cameras into one single shot. So I might start out in the front or in the back and move to the front, or vice versa, depending on where the action is happening. And again, that's just more my creative side. I like to do it that way, and I think it looks really good. The track mounts, or excuse me, the camera mounts or the booms mounts, sorry, that I use are also from Railblazer, and they're called Railblazer Miniport Kayak Track Mount bases. And since for rod holders, obviously they work for the camera mounts as well. And I got these off Amazon also. All this stuff together, I probably paid less than $100 for all this the boom equipment. So it's really not too outrageous as far as price. Again, where I have these positioned is behind me to my left, and then in front of me to my right. Now, as far as the software that I use, what I use is, and I've tried several packages. What I finally settled on was CapCut, and they do have a CapCut for PC version. It is free. There's a free version. And probably the first year or so, a little bit over a year, I was totally using the free version of CapCut. And if you watch my videos, if you see my videos, I mean, you wouldn't know that it was a free version of video editing software. It does a great job. I mean, it did pretty much everything I could have ever asked for. Now I have recently moved to the paid version, and what it's done, honestly, it's added, a little bit more creative texting, add some text templates, and then also some additional transitions that I didn't have with the free version. But again, if you're just getting started, you don't want to have to pay for software. I highly recommend the CapCut PC for editing. It's also very, very intuitive. You can learn it real quickly, and of course, you can find tons of tutorial videos on YouTube. So I think that's pretty much covers everything. I'm sure there's probably some things that I miss, and anytime I do any of these tutorial videos, be sure know that you guys can ask any questions if you're just getting started. Doing your own YouTube channel, your own filming. Ask any questions at all you'd like. I love to share. Love to share knowledge. Love to share information. That's just what I do. I don't have any problems doing that. So ask me anything you want about getting your videos going and setting them up. That's going to cover all the equipment, the hardware that I use, the camera, the equipment, the booms, and the software. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to go ahead and kind of show you how this all comes together to film and how I create videos. So what I'm going to show is a scene from one of my recent videos where I caught my personal best largemouth bass here at Lake Bastrop, close to here to Austin. And sit back and enjoy this. A fish. Big fish. Big fish. Big. Come on, baby. Holy crap. This could be my new PB for real. This thing is huge. Golly. Oh my God. I thought I was stuck. This is definitely a PB. I don't know how much this thing weighs. But it's definitely my biggest one. Look at that fish. So that gives you an idea of how this all comes together. Again, that was one of my recent videos. I really enjoyed putting that one together. So I think that's going to probably cover everything I can. Now I know, as with most tutorial videos that I've done, and I haven't done a lot, but I know that I probably haven't covered everything. I'm sure that probably some questions have been raised. So please do not be shy about posting questions to my comment section. I always get back with answers on those. I love hearing from all the folks that watch my videos. I love the support. And if I don't know an answer to the question you send me, I will be sure to do some research and get back to you as quickly as possible. So that's going to wrap it up. Again, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all, and we'll catch you in the next one. God bless you.